Right, hey everyone, so it's time to pull in the pipe for the second intake. So I'm up at the first intake, the intake you would have seen before. This is that intake, obviously not been in use for a while because it's middle of summer. So we're up here and been clearing a path up here, which is where the pipe is laid out, and also been clearing a path into there, which takes us all the way back to the back of the woods. So I actually started pulling in the pipe about 3 years ago. Not pulling in the pipe, sorry, unrolling the pipe from the big coils it comes on. And yeah, so you can watch me and Dot do that, slightly younger me doing that, when I had my old van and stuff. So we uncoiled them, they're out on the field out there. So cut to you seeing me uncoil them, and then we'll start pulling them down through here and down through this woods and all the way back to that other intake. Right, hey everyone, so the time has come to start getting the pipe run for our second nozzle, the hydroelectric system, or well, it's going to replace some of the other nozzles, give us more power, second pipe. I've got the pipe and I'm just uncoiling it. It's a nice warm sunny day, and uncoiling it on a nice warm sunny day is better because it lays out and flattens itself. So I'm going to use the same method I used last time because it's really good. Tie it on either end, and as the coil gets stretched out, the twists get transferred into the ropes on the ends of it. I got a lot of stick for it last time, but it actually works brilliantly and it's very good technique, so that's what I'm going to do again. So yeah, let's get to it. Twisting round now, we'll pull this coil out. There's one twist out. We had another twist out. There's only about 5 twists in it, and got 2 out. Here's another one. When she gets a bit of tension on it, we'll have that one out. So round like that, transferred into there. There's just one more twist now. That'll come out down there most likely. Go. There we go. Yep. That's it. Yeah. As I say, I've been told before that it's a terrible way of doing it, but I mean, look, it takes, like, this video's been going 2.5 minutes or so, and we've laid out 50 meters 90mm pipe. Now I don't reckon that's too bad. Yeah, so these are the pipes laid out in the field, and so there's 4 of them, 50 meters long. I bought them in 50-meter sections so that it's not as difficult to pull them in because the access isn't good. So I'm just going to walk up here, get this strap off, and the plan is to have a go to see if we can actually pull in them by hand, at least try and get them some of the way, because we've got the big winch and no doubt we'll end up using the winch, but the winch is really heavy in itself, and so I don't really want to have to carry the winch all the way around here and then all the way back down again. So we're going to try and get them at least some of the way by hand, but I don't know if that's going to work yet. That's it. Those are so much easier than those other ones I've used in the past. They just slot on easily. Okay, that's it. Oh my. Right, let's go. It's actually not too bad. Actually, surprisingly, not too bad at the moment. It's going to get difficult once we start going around bends and trees, but that is doable. Oh, that's gone a bit tight there. Right, ready? Don't worry about that getting damaged. So this is the path we cleared. It's the first time I've ever been able to get through here since I've owned the woodland. It's always been an absolute nightmare trying to get anywhere into this woods. But it's nice that we've got a path now. It's a long way. It's about 500 metres to get back into the woods, and then 250 metres to go the other way. This is just to get to the intake itself, so this is to get these 4 lengths of pipe to the highest point on the land, and then either drag them or winch them down to the lowest point. This is the boggy bit here, so I'm not going to have much traction. Come on. Right, this is somewhere around here is where this wasp nest was. Right. Stop. Let's get a bit of slack in here. And then turn it round here. Brambles. Right, so we've got this little length of pipe here. I actually found this on the beach when I was walking once, and I carried it all the way back to the car, and it's finally come in handy because I need a little short length before the standpipe. Right. A bit roughed up, this old bit of pipe, but it's alright. One, two, three. Yep. Hold it there, hold it, hold it, hold it. Right. Right, now pull it to me. To me. To me. That's it. Stop. Stop. Okay, so I need to stop this flow going down the pipe because it's just going to make it really difficult to move around and stuff. So a bit of rubber put over here. There. So I'm just hacking away through here. Sorry about the chainsaw. Yeah, just hacking away path through here. This is where the pipe starts coming now. And so just trying to, we don't need to be able to walk up and down here. We just need to be able to get the pipe through it. This bit's actually quite good, but then it opens up into this, which is a problem. I don't know where we're going yet. I think maybe we'll come through here. Trying to see where we are on the map. Deep ditch here. We've got a big deep ditch here, bramble the other side, and there's these fallen trees, but none of them are trustworthy to step on, so I'm going to have to jump into the bramble. Right, here we go. Ah! Ah, no. Okay. Oh dear, you're sinking there, dear, aren't you? Like a mule. Don't know if that's gone or not.
You got?
I don't know. Can't really tell. I think so. Push it as hard as you can. Push.
Yeah, towards you.
Yeah, to me. Oh, there you go. That's it. Got it. Okay, so just on our way up the top to get another piece of pipe, another length. And look who's here on the track waiting. Hello. Hello, Snoopy. Can we pass or do we need to give belly rubs? Is it belly rubs? Right, so little update of where we're at. So we've got two 50-metre lengths in, starting from the intake, and just on the way up now to where they're laid out in the field to get another 50-metre length. And we've cut the path all the way through, because obviously the whole woodland just looks like this, and so you can't get anything in there really. And so we've managed to cut that path through, and we've got a path all the way down to the turbine house. 100 metres of pipe left to do, so try and at least get one more 50-metre length now. But obviously now we've got to take them even further, because each time we're another 50 metres we've got to drag them. But it's definitely easier than moving the winch around, because it's not actually that hard to pull the pipes. They're smaller than the other one, and yeah, got a good technique. It's going alright. Good exercise. See how little water we have here this time of year. It's just a little tiny dribble. So the other stream actually has quite a bit more water than this one. Just slightly less head. What's going on? Right. Yeah. That's it. That's it, like that. Yeah, that's it. Like that. Now to me, that's it. That was easy. It's like a jungle in here, isn't it? Okay. Right. Last one. And it's the furthest one we got to take. It's about a kilometre. Got to walk this one. Has he not shouted yet? I don't really want to go further than that. Right, let's go and see where it's at up there. So we've managed to just end up with about 2 metres spare. Just the perfect amount for the standpipe up the top. So I'm well pleased with that. Yeah, it's always difficult to measure really accurately, you know, because there's turns and, you know, it's not that easy to get it by the metre. So I'm happy with that. Glad I don't have to buy any more. It's actually worked out exactly right, because it's the exact amount I need for that standpipe. So yeah, great. Cut that off, connect that, and then we need to make a manifold and gate valve for the end to shut it off before it rains heavy. Someone come put weight on this. Okay, done. Right, hey everyone. So yesterday we managed to get that pipe in, which was a really good job. Pleased we got that done. But tomorrow is going to be really terrible weather, and currently the end of the pipe's just open and I've only got it shut off with that bit of rubber on the intake. So I need to try and get the end capped off on the pipe, get the flange and valve on there. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so first thing to do today is going to be to get this flange, which stainless steel flange, get this reducer cone, weld that to that. Then I'm going to put a 2-inch BSP thread on there, and then ultimately we'll have a hose barb which will feed the nozzle, but before then we'll put a pressure gauge in there so that we can see what the pressure is. So yeah, that's the first job. Let's get to it. Got it. Right, that's that welded up. I'm putting a fit in for a pressure gauge as well. So yeah, that's good. So that's going to have hose barb on it, and then that will go to the nozzle. But until that point, we'll put a pressure gauge on here because I've only got one that will fit this adapter I've got in there, and that will cap it off as well. Right, next job on the list is sorting out this flange. Because I got these for free, this one hasn't come with a backing ring, and so I need to cut out a backing ring for it on the plasma table. So that's the next job. Right, so gate valve I got for free, which is really nice. I ran out of gaskets, so I just made one of a piece of rubber. So we got that. We got that. Right, down at the hydro house. So I've run the pipe in and just left it, because it's dripping a bit, just left it dripping into the stream. We've got the valve down here and the flange. So the plan is to get this pipe capped off, go and remove the piece of rubber off the intake, let this fill up, check for leaks. If there's no leaks, then we can carry on. Now, because the building's the size that it is, I don't really want to rebuild the building. This pipe's going to have to go on to the outside, and then we're going to have to come in through the wall a little bit. So the pipe is actually going to be over like there somewhere, and then we'll go in through the wall. But yeah, let's get to work. There we go. Okay. Right, up at the intake, everything's fine up here, looking good. So let's get this standpipe installed there, and then we can fill the pipe, check for leaks. Alright, standpipe's in. I actually just turned it around so this slight curve in it is facing backwards. So let's fill the pipe. There we go, pipe's filling. And it won't take long. So wait up here so I don't have to walk back up, let it fill up, then we go down checking it for leaks. Right, I think we're starting to build up a little bit of pressure. Let's have a little look. Yeah. A lot of air still. Big load of air. There's going to be a big sudden influx of water when it gets down there. There it goes. Just a lot of air at the minute. Oh, we'll just leave it to fill up for a bit. Right, I'm back from the workshop. Got this thing we just made, this reducer. Really dodgy gasket because I ran out of rubber, but I think it'll work because it only needs a tiny little bit of sealing for this amount of pressure. So we get that fitted on there, and then hopefully we can get a pressure reading. And hopefully my measurements weren't too far out. It's entirely possible they were or are. Start with that like that. Right, that's all tightened up, but we got a dodgy gasket and 2 missing bolts, so we might see some leaks. Let's have a look. Right, I've got a leak coming out of there. That's no big deal because I can tighten that quite easily. No leaks out of there. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far. Okay, I just need to nip that up. Right, so it's all connected up. No leaks as far as I can see. I've just had to put this basically like a nozzle in it just so I can connect this pressure gauge up. And I thought, because this is actually about the same size as the one that's going into the turbine, it'd be a good time to show you the sort of amount of water and energy that's going to be hitting that turbine. So here we go. It's not even at full pressure yet, but it's almost there. So that flow is going about 8 metres away from me and eroding that bank over there. Just an incredible amount of power. If I put my finger on it, I wouldn't put my hand in it, but just an insane amount of energy. Right, let's shut that off because it's eroding that bank. Right, so everyone, new day, just off down to the hydro building. Yesterday I got the valve sat where it needs to be on this piece of wood next to the hydro building. That's good. Mounted it on a little homemade bracket. So that's ready to go. Now the issue I've got is that I'm not seeing the pressure I need down here. It should be 20 psi and it's not quite there yet. If I walk up the pipe, there's some sections that are empty, got air in them, and it's because they're going slightly uphill. So there's 2 ways to solve that. One is dig them so they're not going uphill. The other one is to put in a standpipe so the air can get out. Might have to do a combination of both, we'll see. But we'll see what the pressure is this morning. Let's turn this on. Yeah, we're still not quite there. So we want 20 psi. Now this isn't an accurate gauge because the scale is too big, but we were looking for 20 psi, which is just there in the corner. So we're a bit short. If we look at it head on, we're at maybe 15, 16, something like that. So this is the problem. This section here is empty. See, I can just do it again. That's empty, and it's empty for quite a way up through here. So still empty here, still empty. I can just wiggle it about. So there's quite a bit of drop there. The issue is here. So this is full here, but I don't know if you can see on camera, there's a mound there. So this is full, section behind it's empty. So either I need a standpipe there, or I need to dig a trench through this mound. So that's what I'm going to try first. Dug this trench, and unfortunately it hasn't solved it. Pipe's still empty for the most part. It's slightly better. The issue is it's quite steep as it comes down the stream, and then it levels and it's not very steep, and then it drops off and it goes steep, and so in this fairly level section the air just can't get out, so I need another standpipe. Unfortunately, because we're quite far down and it's quite steep at the top, that means that the standpipe has to be really tall, and that's going to be a problem because the standpipe needs to be probably about 8 meters tall, which is quite significant to poke a pipe up into the air 8 meters. So I've come up with a plan, and I'm going to see if it works. Put a manual bleed valve on with just stuff I've got laying around. It needs to go, so it needs to go in here somewhere. So something I already had is another T, and I've also got a big butterfly valve that's over there. And I'm going to put that in to start with the butterfly valve, and just see if I can do it manually. If that works and it fills up, then I might look at sending a standpipe all the way up through this hazel. But I haven't got the bits to do that, but I have got the bits to make this little manual one here. So I'm going to start with that, see how we get on. Right, I'm just off at the intake, left my camera down the bottom, so I'm just filming with phone. And it is actually just started to gurgle and get some of the air out. So look. We might be getting somewhere here. I haven't put a standpipe in, it's just decided to start gurgling. It might still be a problem, it might just still be too finicky. But it is doing it. It is all coming out. See here, it's overflowing and then not overflowing. Then we're feeding the pipe now. It's not open on the other end, so that's just filling the pipe. So it is bleeding itself at the moment. Yeah. So it does seem to be bleeding itself, but the issue is that if this gets blocked at any point, which it will, this pipe will start draining, and it gets air in it, and it slowly drains until you come up here and clean the intake. Now that's not a problem if it bleeds itself easily and it's not just luck of the draw. So even though it's bleeding itself now, that doesn't necessarily mean it bleeds itself in an acceptable way in which it will self-start again once you clean the intake. But we'll find that out, I suppose. At the moment, it's looking like we might be getting somewhere. And I love watching that happen. All that air coming out, it's just what we want. Just worth saying as well, just in case it isn't clear, this won't be running when the stream's like this. This is too low, it's just getting installed when it's like this. Because if I ran it now, we'd hardly get anything out of it, and we'd take all the water away, the small amount of water that is in the stream, out of the stream. And we're not going to do that. There'll always be extra water left in the stream. We'll only take about 30 or 40% of what's available and when it's running, and that'll only be in the winter. So it's not going to drain the stream. I never do that. Right, I might have actually got some of this. It has actually. This bit that was empty is now full. So let's check it all the way down and then go and see what pressure we got. Hopefully 20, but trouble is that pressure gauge is a 160 psi pressure gauge, so the range isn't really ideal for reading 20 psi off it, but we should get an idea. Right, back down at the outlet, and we are in business. 20 psi. And like I say, I don't think that gauge is quite right, because I had a bit of pressure squirting out of here when I was trying to drain it, and that was reading nothing on there. So I measured it at 21 psi, which is 14.5 meters, something like that. And it looks like I've got it pretty much bang on, so I'm happy with that. That is actually 5 psi more now than when I showed you that jet coming out of there. And also that is actually quite a bit smaller. I thought it was about 20 mil because the end of it is, but it tapers down into a smaller hole. So the actual jet size hitting the turbine will be quite a bit bigger than that. In fact, almost twice the size than that. So you can see the energy, and that's only for about 400 watts. So it takes a lot of water, a lot of pressure. Yeah, we're getting somewhere with that. Happy with that. Right, so that's going to conclude this video. So all in all, really successful. I'm not sure it's going to bleed itself properly. I need more rain to turn it on down here and just see if it functions properly and self-bleeds, but I don't have the water at the moment to really test that properly. But I can add a standpipe in the future if I need to. I think it's going to work. We got our 20 psi that I measured, that I should have. So yeah, really happy, perfect. So in the next video, I will build the turbine, and then we're going to have 2 pipes from 2 different intakes, from 2 different streams, that ultimately turn into the same stream, but 2 different streams on my land. And they're going to feed into 2 adjustable spear valves on the turbine. And so yeah, we'll do that in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.